everyone. My name is Matthew Metzler. I am the current president of the Young Mineral Collectors Organization. And on behalf of the board of directors and the organization as a whole, I'd like to welcome you to the first ever virtual Tucson Gem and Minerals Show Case Participant Recognition and Competitive Case Awards. First of all, we'll start with our Young Mineral Collectors theme case. This is a case that has been a tradition of ours since 2019. And this year was no different in that we participated once again for this case, and it was absolutely fabulously laid out. A huge thank you for all of those who participated, which are the names on this slide. Thank you all for lending us your specimens, as well as those who helped out with the case setup. Moving on, we will go on to the Young Mineral Collectors Under 100 case. Again, this is a case that has not been done since 2020, and I am so glad that we were finally able to bring it back. It was absolutely fantastic in its construction. This was the case that kind of has a special place in my heart in that I was one of the first people to participate in the original Under 100 case back when we did our 2020 exhibition. At the time, I was kind of like, who are these people and why do they want my rock? Well, I was very pleasantly surprised as to how that turned out originally. And it wouldn't be until this year that we finally would bring that case back. And I am so glad with how it turned out. And thank you to all of the individuals who put that case together. Moving on, we had a photo spotlight case done by Matthew Parshikov. It was fabulously done. Well done to you, good sir. And then we also had our YMC Mineral City case participants. These guys each did a individual showcase at Mineral City, and each one of them was fantastic. Nicely done to all of you guys. All right, we are going to move on to our YMC Competitive Case Awards. The YMC Competitive Case had a theme this year. It was copper minerals to distinct itself from the regular show theme. This was done in order to not compete with our regular theme case, as well as the TGMS Best of Theme competition. We wanted our members to have an additional chance to compete this year, and this was the best way we thought that could happen. So our competitive case participants are as listed below. Thank you to each and every single one of you for participating this year. It was a brutal competition, and I think that it was amongst the best of the competitive cases that I have ever seen. The competitive theme case organizers and judges, I want to give a special thank you to each one of you. David Tibbetts helped me with getting the competitive exhibits handbook revision and suggestions done, as well as served as one of our judges for the Sacred Pebble Trophy. Thank you so much to you, good sir. Tama Higuchi was another one of our judges for the Sacred Pebble. Thank you to you as well. And then I want to give a special thank you to both Les Presmiak and Tomek Prejker, who are our D2 and D1 judges respectfully. Your expertise and knowledge in the mineral community really helped us with this competition and deciding which pieces would be the winners. Thank you both of you for taking the time to judge us this year. Okay, for the awards info. So there were 3 types of awards in YMC competition. These were score, place, rank, and special awards. The score awards were based on the number of quality points you earned plus the 50 automatic points for entering the competition. The 50 automatic points for the competition were given out as a way to say, hey, we don't have showmanship points, we don't have labeling points, because all of that is done by YMC leadership members. And if you won one of the score awards, you would either get a ribbon or, in certain cases, a glass pyramid. Then there are the place awards. These are given to the top 3 in each division. A large rosette ribbon, as well as the YMC Spotlight on the Show trophy, would be given to each one of you, as well as for the champions, they would each have a small piece of chrysocolla from the Safford mine as a prize. And then finally, moving on to our special awards, these were our furthest origin, as well as our sacred pebble. The furthest origin was for the specimen that came from the furthest distance away from Tucson. That took me over 2 hours to compete, not compete, to calculate that award. And then our sacred pebble award was given out for the smoothest specimen deemed by YMC leadership. Each one would get a large rosette ribbon as well as a spotlight on the show trophy. Starting off with our score awards. So our score awards are divvied up into three categories. You got our exceptional specimen ribbons, which are a lime green ribbon on the left. You have our superb specimen ribbons, which are a light blue turquoise color in the middle. And then last but certainly not least was our YMC perfect score awards, and those are a glass pyramid that will be given out to 4 lucky individuals. Our exceptional specimen awards, to qualify for one of these ribbons, a specimen must have scored at least 70 points out of the 100 points. And congratulations to the following individuals. In D1. Okay, Christina Choate, Chris Improto, Tom Zhang, and Jordan Root. Congratulations to you 5 for receiving the Exceptional Specimen Award in Division 1. Moving on to Division 2, our Exceptional Specimen Awards go to Christina Choate, Gowan Fior, John Capelli, Jonathan Vigan, Jordan Root, Leighton Werschke, Taylor Schneider, and Yi Lang Fu. Congratulations to each one of you on receiving the Exceptional Specimen Award for your specimens. Superb specimens. To qualify for a superb specimen award, a specimen must have scored 85 out of 100 points at least. Division 1 superb specimens, we only had one specimen that scored this, and that goes to Gowan Fior. Perfect score awards. So this one was very interesting. We were not entirely expecting to get perfect score awards for our members this year. However, this was our first competition, and our point scoring system was a little off on purpose. It was initially designed to have the judges go up to the 100 using the bonus points that could be received in the third category of the quality criteria. And that was for the locality having like the best known specimen from that locality that the judge has seen. However, that was not the case, and the judges in 3 of the 4 cases went over the 100 points. And we are going to be changing the rules next year so that the perfect score would be 110 and not just the perfect 100 in order to account for all 10 of those points. The judges discussed it with me, and I think that their feedback was spot on. So we will be doing that in the future. So because of this discrepancy, and as the rules were written, these guys deserve perfect score awards, and the top 2 in each division will receive these awards. So moving on to our place and special awards. For D1 awards, the first specimen that we have was this Comengiite from Mexico, and the 3rd place in Division 1 goes to Gowan Fior with a total score of 90 points. In Division 2, we had this absolutely fabulous Baseliite from the Black Pine Mine, and this specimen belongs to John Capelli. And once again, because he scored second place and received 102 points, he will receive one of the crystal pyramids for his perfect score award. Congratulations to you, good sir. And I will say this too, the other judge that was in the competition all loved this specimen and made some incredible remarks about it. And last but certainly not least is our Division 1 champion. It was this Duftite after Wolfenites from the Sumed mine. And although John Capelli received all 25 points for the best quality piece in the case, he was beaten out by this piece in terms of quality compared to others known worldwide, as well as the quality compared to known specimens from the same general locality. And Jordan Root was the winner of this piece. And I was incredibly impressed because Tomek gave him the full 10 points in the best known specimens from the same general locality that are known. And for a Sumed piece and with a number of specimens from that locality, one has to really appreciate how amazing that piece is. Congratulations to you, good sir. You did a phenomenal job this year at the Tucson show. Okay, moving on to Division 2. So, Division 2, we had as our third place person with this nice chalcopyrite from Mexico. And this person is Gowan Fior. Congratulations for taking third place in Division 2. And you had missed the superb specimen by 1 point for this piece. That is absolutely fantastic. Second place was this Dejurliite with chalcocite and native silver, and this one scored a solid 100 points. And this person was Tom Zhang with this piece. Absolutely phenomenal. Definitely one of the best pieces I've seen in the case. And last but certainly not least is our Division 2 champion, and that went to this pseudo malachite from Slovakia. And the person who won this was Martin Stevko with a total score of 103 points. Congratulations to Martin and to all of the other individuals in Division 2. As well as receiving the 100 and 103 points, Tom and Martin will also receive glass pyramids for their accomplishments. Moving on to the special trophies. So the furthest origin award is given to the specimen that was found the furthest distance from Tucson. And it came down to this specimen here from the Omawi mine, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this specimen was put in the case by Jordan Root. And I will say this, for the person who had to figure out which one had the furthest origin for, it took me over 2 hours to do all the calculations in nautical miles to figure out which piece had the furthest origin. And I thought it would be, someplace like China or Japan. It was actually in Africa. And that it just blows you away of like how far some things are. So congratulations to Jordan Root on this accomplishment. And then finally, the Sacred Pebble Award is given to this specimen that has the furthest, or not the furthest, the smoothest specimen in the competition. So Martin Stevko also took home this award, and it was funny because I brought down Tama and David to judge this piece, and immediately they picked it. It took them like 5 seconds to judge this piece, and I was like, dang, Martin Stevko really took home this competition this year. Not only did he win the D2 championship, but he also took home the Sacred Pebble and a perfect score. Well done to you, my good friend. And then I would like to also point out a few of the regular TGMS awards. We had several members do incredibly well this year in the regular Tucson competition. One of our newest members, Hannah Brodehagen, took first place in the junior division, as well as the second highest scoring junior award overall. She had just missed the highest scoring junior award to her brother, Nathaniel for his fossil case. Both of them are very strong competitors, and I look forward to seeing how they compete in the future. She also took home the Kay Robertson Educational Award for her case of rough and cut gems at the Tucson show, and I will say it's one of the best educational cases I've ever seen. And then David Tibbetts took home the best advanced division case for his Peruvian specimens, as well as the best masters case at the show, which also coincides with the best in show award for his thumbnails. And then, in addition to all of that, he received a white ribbon in the masters division for his personally collected case. Well done to you, David. And then I took the Yedlin Award once again and received a red ribbon for my micromount case, as well as a blue ribbon for my novice educational case. Alex Vensky took home the first place thumbnail in the best of theme. And then Jonathan Vigan also took home first place in lapidary and jewelry in the best of theme. And then lastly, Matthew Parshikoff took home the top macro photo in the Tucson slideshow competition, which I have to say, hats off to you, sir. I do not know of a younger person who has ever won the macro photo contest at Tucson. Once again, congratulations to all of you, and thank you all for participating in this year's cases. And I look forward to seeing all of you next year.